Charlie Chaplin, the man, the myth, the legend, who makes us think of this, this, and oh yeah, that. There's been a long-running gag that Chaplin and Hitler have very distinct mustache.
And I can't even take off my hat, because then I'm Hitler.
Sir, please take this money and use it to pursue your dreams.
Danke. Stewie, I think that was a young hip.
Similarities continuing in how the two were born within a week of each other. Chaplin on April 16th, 1889, and Hitler on the 20th the same month. The Tommy Handel song, Who Is This Man, who looked like Charlie Chaplin, one of the first to capitalize on these similarities.
It can't be the moustache.
However, the song does reference how the two only really have that in common. One remembered as one of the greatest cinematic creators of all time, and Hitler one of the most infamous men to have ever lived. The joy Chaplin was famous for creating a stark opposite to Hitler's hateful speeches. Nevertheless, the idea to make an anti-Hitler comedy was suggested to Chaplin by Hungarian-born English producer Alexa Korda. Even before World War II, Chaplin had held the deep hate for the Nazi Party. His fame carrying around the world, he was able to see what many in his position could not. The US, he gained the nickname of 20th Century Moses, famous for funding the escape of thousands of German Jews in the years leading up to the war. Whilst in Nazi-occupied countries, he was actively hated, propaganda announcing him as one of the foreign Jews coming to rule Germany. Even though he wasn't Jewish, he was also famous to on Hitler's death list, a list of those Hitler wanted killed after the British invasion. Development for the film started in the late 30s, but immediately was struck with controversy. The UK didn't declare war on Germany until the 3rd of September 1939. In the United States, due to the country's Congress isolationist beliefs, didn't until December 11, 1941. Because of this, when the film was being made, Nazis in US and UK were officially allies. Due to strict guidelines of movies at the time had to follow, it was a threat that the movie, as well as not being shown in Germany, would also not be shown in the US or UK. Chaplin, in his biography, wrote, "I began receiving alarming messages from United Artists. They had been advised I would run into censorship trouble. Also, the English office was very concerned about the anti-Hitler picture, and doubted it would be shown in Britain. More worrying letters came from the New York office, imploring me not to make the film, declaring it would never be shown in England or America." Still, Chaplin was motivated more by his humanitarianism. He was also fascinated by his uncanny connection to Hitler, and the editorial, The Spectator magazine, marking the men's 50th birthdays, explored the theme in more depth, saying, "Providence was in an ironical mood when it was ordained that Charlie Chaplin and Adolf Hitler should make their entry to the world within 4 days of each other. The date of their birth identical, little moustaches they might wear, each as a distorting mirror. The one for good and the other for untold evil." The movie follows Chaplin as two characters, a barber, where he played a more typical Trampesque character, a mild-mannered man, caught up in a world unlike any he's known.
And
the more famously tyrannical dictator Henkel, a badly hidden imitation of Hitler, with the movie's replicating imagery, and Hitler imitating the harsh loudness of Hitler's voice.
Henkel has just said, yesterday Tumania was down, but today she has risen.
The movie having a differentiation between the two characters, with a slightly darker tone of comedy for the barber, a Jewish man hiding from the Nazis. In Henkel's Palace, the comedy is lighter, more fantastical. Chaplin's sketches, a caricature of a dictator's villainy, was never ignored. On a whim, Henkel orders 3,000 protesters to be executed. But Chaplin concentrates on the character's vanity, stupidity, and childlessness. In one throwaway visual gag, the towering filing cabinet behind his desk is shown to have no drawers in it at all, but several concealed mirrors instead. When Napoleone pays a visit to the state in the neighbouring country of Bastille, the two men compete in having the higher chair whilst being shaved, and have more flattering positions when being photographed.
Pictures, Your Excellencies?
Oh, sure. Salute.
Another one, please.
Ah, this is really a pleasure to be here, my friend Hinkle. Oh, you want another picture? Just a moment. There.
The message that Hinkle is not a brilliant strategist or a mighty leader. He's an overgrown adolescent, as demonstrated in the sublime set piece where he dances with an inflated globe, dreaming of being the emperor of the world. He's an insecure buffoon who bluffs, cheats, and obsesses over his public image. A man handles his secretaries, revels in the luxury of extravagant quarters, and reverses his own key policies in order to buy himself more time and power.
Turn round.
To me, the funniest thing in the world is to ridicule imposters, wrote Chaplin in his autobiography, and it would be hard to find a bigger imposter than Hitler. The man's a child, almost directly shown with Hinkle playing with the globe on his desk, his legs in the air like he's on the baby, mindlessly kicking the ball into the air like he wants the world to play with, but as just as he grabs it, it pops. This is an interesting image, when reflected with the ending monologue of the barber, the rational voice of peace on the brink of war. Personally, I think the movie often comes off as a little messy, the tonal shifts often praised seeming more accidental and thus jarring. The end monologue really why the movie exists. This is the first movie where Chaplin spoke, as if he has to speak, there's a message necessary and urgent. A direct head-on framing used by countless now to explain information gives nowhere else for the viewer to look but to focus on him, Chaplin, the tramp. Chaplin, recognizing the changing political tides, is saying as seriously as he can that this is real and it has to be stopped.
Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Hi, this is Luke. If you liked that video, please like and subscribe, and click the bell icon for notifications about new videos.